it's so exciting to finally be able to show people what we've been working on for the last year and a half, and meeting all the fans down there dressed in all their costumes. Loads of brownies. I mean, they're huge, but there's several Sorshas, kale. I mean, everyone's come in brilliant cosplay today as well. Absolutely, yeah. For the series, we've got a much bigger canvas this time. You know, the world of Willow is huge, much bigger than we saw in the Willow 88 movie. And in the series, over 8 episodes, we get to explore characters more, the world of Willow in a much more detailed way.
It's so magical. It's really surreal seeing everyone dressed up and just being here on this green carpet. It feels so real, and I can't wait for people to watch it.
Well, for me, one of the most exciting things were all of the callbacks to the Willow 88 movie, the things we reference in the series that happened during the movie timeline. For me, they were the fun things, but I wouldn't say the movie is essential viewing to enjoy the series either. It does stand on its own, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool seeing all of the kind of links that the series has to the original film.
It's incredible. I'm so proud of Dad and the work that he's put in this. For the past 3 years, really, it's been quite a long time in the making, but...
And we're wearing very special jewellery for tonight.
We are.
Courtesy of Annabelle here, the solid silver wand. Cheryl India's wand, Annabelle made these.
As a gift, just to say how amazing and how proud I am of him. So, yeah.
Well, interestingly, over the years, even as Willow kind of developed this cult following, and there was a clamoring for a sequel, George always would say, I think it should be a series. Because I think, you know, you delve more deeply into the mythology that we started to create, but, you know, there's so much more that could be there. Jon Kasdan totally understood that. And what he's done in this first season of the show is really developed kind of the evil side of the story and the darker magic, along with a new set of characters, you know, and along with some of the originals that really blend and meld in a way that's cool. It's contemporary, but it's true to, you know, the sort of the foundation that was laid back when we made the movie. I am most excited by what I sense is a kind of a very organic evolution of the universe, and a great set of younger characters who are very, very relatable, and yet still very much belong in the world of Willow. And lastly, you know, Warwick Davis has just become a more and more interesting personality and talent with so much experience, and he kind of brings, you know, whereas in the movie it was youthful, you know, kind of callow exuberance, now there's a kind of a gravitas and a wisdom there that's well earned, and I think audiences are really going to enjoy that and appreciate it.
It's incredible what the producers and creative team were able to accomplish, and every episode, as you said, it seems like a film, and every, you know, character and moment feels grand in scale, and that's credit to Jon Kasdan and Max Taylor, who were there on set with us constantly, and, you know, it's kudos to them. Just how funny it is, you know? It's an incredible, deep story with rich characters, and beyond all that, it's just fun.
I mean, it's awesome to be a part of something, and to be a part of something that people are getting so excited about. I think I'm just ready to share it with the world, honestly. Every working, moving part is so magnificent in its own right, like the costumes and you know, the set decoration and the props, like everything came together so beautifully, and everyone just did such a remarkable job. I can't wait to see it all like actually come.
I really loved the original movie, so I was really excited to get to be a part of this, and I didn't really know anything about my character. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm just going to say that it was so incredible. Once I discovered who I was playing, what I was going to get to do, I was like, oh my God, this is like one of the best opportunities of my life. For sure. I don't want to say too much, but I think there's going to be a lot of surprises.
Unbelievably exciting action adventure, but also, as Ron Howard mentioned last night at this Q&A, the humor and humanity that George Lucas wanted originally for the movie shines brightly, and that's what I also love about the show, while being unbelievably suspenseful, action-packed, and compelling. I'm excited for the audience to see this whole new telling of this world. Yes, very, very.
I feel strange because I think those characters were always going to have a life of their own, and they did. I mean, people have been watching the film and still enjoying it over the years, so it doesn't feel very strange to kind of pick up the sword again or step into those shoes. But it's lovely. It's like arriving tonight and seeing everyone dressed up, seeing in my old costume and my new ones. Like, John Kasdan came along, and I just think he's a genius. And he understands this material more than all of us, and loves it as much as anyone, and it could not be in better hands. So I really feel like John has taken something he loved and really taken it forward. I think this series it has all the bells and whistles you might expect in any dramatic series. There's intrigues, there's danger, there's loves, there's all kinds of everything. But the beautiful thing about Willow, and I think why it was originally successful and why it's had such a life of its own beyond the original release, is that it's got a really big heart.
It's incredible. I think the size of the series as well is just absolutely massive. It genuinely feels like 8 mini movies when you're watching it. But we cover so many different topics and enter so many different places. It's very extraordinary. I'm excited for people to be able to relate to our characters. I think they're going to be able to see themselves quite clearly, which is kind of, I don't know, I guess sometimes in fantasy it's kind of hard to see yourself because it's so surreal. But I think with this, it's like you'll be able to see yourself and relate to these characters very easily.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I think, the original movie kind of lent itself. You sort of wanted to see what happened with these characters and see what other new characters can kind of be introduced into the story. So, it was ripe for opportunity to really create some fun fantasy. It is a classic tale of good and evil and finding that balance, and Willow being that great, wonderful presence and spirit that he is.
I mean, it all feels pretty surreal because we filmed this such a long time ago, and in Wales, and I don't know, it feels like really exciting. I haven't seen a lot of the cast since we filmed it, and I think it's, having the premiere being Los Angeles, it makes it feel like, I don't know, I'm quite new to all of this, so it makes it feel like very official and Hollywood and quite exciting. I feel very lucky and privileged to be, it's such an iconic film, do you know what I mean? It's got such a cult following. My boyfriend at the time, he was just saying, when I was auditioning for it, he was like, you've got to do this. I was like watching this film, it was on TV every time I switched the TV on when I was growing up. And so not only is it that, being part of something that has such a cult following, it's the fans and the love for it is so real and authentic. So, I mean, to be able to just be a little bit part of this new phase of Willow and where it's going now, it's just really exciting.
It's a dream. I mean, I grew up with Willow and Labyrinth and Princess Bride. That escapism of the 90s was my childhood. So the fact I get to be part of it is incredible. And then to know that we're going to take those worlds, this world of Willow, and then expand it over 8 mini movies, essentially. So you get to see full worlds and characters in such a well thought out, credit to John and the rest of our creative team for fleshing out this amazing world. It's so rich for the audience. I'm very excited. One of the things that was missing from the spectrum of fantasy and escapism is like good old fashioned fun, like adventures, like the Goonies, but even like Motley Crue dynamics like the Breakfast Club and that style of sort of community adventure. Being part of bringing that back and being able to see it come to life, and you can just wrap up in a duvet and eat Maltesers over Christmas while you watch it. That's joyous. I'm very excited to be part of that. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's incredible to have everyone back. It's not just like a standalone sequel that takes place. It's weaved all these people together and brought you new versions of these worlds, and it's really exciting to be able to have Warwick on set with us and him be the Bible of the original film and him be the bridge between those two worlds and help us get to know it. I can't think of anything I've ever done like that. So yeah, very
Right.
incredible.
Well, it was interesting, first of all, to just have a creative team that had loved the original for so long. So you step onto set and it becomes, it's like there's like an obligation and a really responsibility to bring your A game because Warwick cares so much about it, John Kasdan cares so much about it, grew up with it. It's just a privilege to be a part of something that people care about. It's really rare to walk into something like that, an IP that people have seen and loved. Well, I mean, that was the thing. Even the set itself, I mean, most of it was practical, or a lot of it was practical. A lot of the stunts were practical. So I feel like, I mean, I think that's to the credit of John Kasdan, who creates these three-dimensional characters and creates the world and the episodes in such a way that each one is sort of individual and you have something to sink your teeth into, and something that hopefully the audience will appreciate as well, as an isolated, encapsulated thing, as well as a whole series.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Like, I have my family here with me, and that's really cool, but also the amazing cast and crew of the show, and we're all so excited to celebrate together. I think it was really great to be able to take the kind of unique tone of the original film and bring that into the series, because it's so fun and so energetic and so full of life and so full of quirkiness. So that was really exciting, and the humor is so great. It doesn't take the fantasy world seriously. It really kind of turns everything on its head and has a little bit of fun with it. I'm so excited for them to discover if they haven't seen the film, I'm so excited for them to discover the world of Willow and what that means. And
it's amazing. I have to say, I've never seen anything quite this big and exciting. It's really impressive, and it was really great to see Warwick and the whole thing kind of come together. So yeah, it's a remarkable thing. It's very exciting.